All right, second week of March. I'm back in 2023, back in Bangkok, and I'm at Lumpini Park. Some of my fondest memories of when I was based here in Thailand. I lived over at that-a-way, over at Saladang, and right across from this park. This park is quite expansive, and I used to get a kick out of the monitor lizards. I think they've relocated them since because they were becoming a nuisance, and so I think they've relocated them. But what you have here is walkers, runners, bikers, weightlifters, soccer players, and all manner of those in between that are just out for a nice, enjoyable morning in the park. And it's Lumpini, and it's kind of cool, really. It brings out the best in everybody. Everybody goes, people exercising. It's clean. It's courteous. I mean, people are just relaxing in the park. There's a police presence, but it's here strictly for maintenance. It's not necessarily indicative of any kind of concerns. There's people attending to beautiful flowers in the botany. People crashed out, not homelessness, just taking it easy. You don't see graffiti, you don't see crime. There's no like malicious intent at all. And that's what I love about Asia in specific, versus the United States and other areas. There's a real sense of probity here that people have. And I'm not saying they don't have their issues. We've got yellow versus red here, protests, and about every 8-10 years you have a coup. So I mean, it is what it is. I get it, but the day-to-day impact and the mental and physical strain of crime that you have in the States, people getting murdered every single day, people getting attacked every single day. The perpetrators are protected more than those that are impacted. So something's wrong with the system. So I think one of the editorial comment from Morris: think before you vote, please think before you vote, because we're electing bigger criminals than those that are participating in the crime themselves, in my opinion. But anyway, back to Lumpini. It's beautiful. I love walking through here on a Sunday morning. It's just one of the best things to do, and I specifically like Sundays because I can walk through here if I'm staying over on Saladang to go to one of my favorite churches in all of the world, which is Holy Redeemer, here in Bangkok, right behind the Lumpini police station, in fact. And it's a wonderful open-air church, and I so respect and honor the privilege of being able to go to church there. It's Catholic church. I'm Catholic, and so it helps me out immensely, and I really look forward to it. And so this morning I had the opportunity to go, and it was really for me, it's really invigorating. I love they have the big crows here flying about, making their racket. They don't have the toucans like they had have in Cambodia, Phnom Penh, which we saw in a previous video. But you used to have the monitor lizards, but I think they pretty much got rid of a lot of them. Maybe one that pops its ugly head, but it's just beautiful here. I love it. This is one of my favorite things to do in Asia, other than being with my wife and enjoying it, Michelle, is to wander about through these parks. So there's a great park in Singapore, the Singapore National Park, Botanical Gardens. If you get a chance, please see that. To me, it's just beautiful. The Singapore Botanical Gardens, highly recommend it. Second on the list. Really just love to wander about here at Lumpini. Just take it all in. Kind of cool. Especially as you get older, you start to sort of appreciate the the real simple things in life. And one of them is, just there's a monitor lizard right there. They didn't get them all. So there he is. How about that, huh? Yeah, it's a monitor lizard. There he is. So I didn't think they'd be able to I wouldn't think that they'd be able to capture all these and relocate them, because they are in the sewer system. They're all over the place. But they're pretty cool. In fact, they're really cool. You can make a decent handbag out of those things. They're actually harmless, except for the fact that the bite, they have so much bacteria in their mouth that if they were to bite you, you'd probably get all manner of infection. He's a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's aiming right for this bird, and the bird knows it, so he's gone. There he is. Huh? He's wanting to come up. I think I'll get out of his way to accommodate. He's a little guy and he's looking for a landing, and so let me get out of his way. I'm bigger than he is and probably a threat, so let me get out of his way and let him go about his day. Be respectful to the little guy. Looking for a little corner there. So yeah, kind of cool. He's nestled in there. Did he find a hole? Where'd he go? There he is, over here. So he's just looking for he may be rummaging to find out if he can find easy prey. Food drops on the ground, maybe it slides down to the bank, and he's looking to benefit maybe. Or maybe he's looking for a flat place to park himself. Usually these guys like to sun themselves during the day. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of cool. It brings back memories. I brought a colleague of mine here one time, and it was quite the experience for him to see the monitor lizards. I'll never forget the first time I saw one. I was taking a boat ride on the main river here, and I looked and I saw this huge lizard on the side of the bank, and I saw these kids playing right down from it. I'm like, I had to do a double take, and I'm like, what the hell is that? It was an adult monitor lizard, and at the time I didn't know what it was. I just moved to Thailand, and so I made a big stink out of it to myself. I'm like, hey man, you saw something. I mean, I'm not that crazy. You saw something, and it was a lizard. It looked like a Komodo dragon. I go, these kids are going to get hurt. So I'm pretty upset about it. So I get off the boat, and I'm trying to explain it to people, and they're looking at me like I just fell off the turnip truck, which I clearly must have, because I got back to they did nothing, and so I got back to my apartment at Siri Sathorn, and I looked it up. I'm a curious type. If I don't know something, I've just got to learn about it. I looked it up, and come to behold, they're the infamous monitor lizards of Lumpini Park, and for the most part harmless. And so I felt better about proceedings, but then I started to see more and more of them, and then I started, actively kind of searching for them here in the park, and soon enough, I'd find all manner of them, and so it was interesting. Now, this is not a dead cat. This is what's called a seasoned, well-educated, street-smart Lumpini Park cat. And by God, he's going to lay himself out in the middle of the road. People walking by. So he's waiting for freebies. This guy's feeding him. But yeah, he's a Lumpini cat. He was just hanging out in the middle of the track/road, enjoying himself. So he's well seasoned. Either that or he's baking it, because he's been out here for so long that he knows the tourists will come by and feed him, so he goes right in prime spot so he can be seen. How about that, huh? Pretty cool. Must be a Leo. What's the attraction? Anyway, where I used to live is right behind this, to the left of the HSBC, right there. And right around the corner there is a road called Saladane, and that's where my flat was at, and boy, I had a great time. It was something just invigorating. I don't know if it was the food, probably a combination. Food, culture, relaxed lifestyle. There's these big old crows. Look at the size of these things. I mean, these things are big blackbirds. Look at these things. Man alive. That is a big, big, big bird. There's you can't tell. I'm trying to put it into context. These things are huge, and they make all kinds of racket. So I'm going to get away from them. But yeah, what I was saying is, you know what, my lifestyle here was something about it. It was just, and I was going through a very stressful time with work as well. But it was so easy to manage it because I was just so utterly relaxed and at peace. You know, Thailand is a pretty peaceful existence, to be honest with you. I mean, people, even though there's battles between, you know, political philosophies like there are in any country for the most part, and there's coups here, and they can get ornery, you know, and you know, if there's and I was here during the coup. You can go back in my videos, and you can search, go through my videos, and in the archives you'll find that I actually walked through this park and was here in the midst of the conflict. I don't want to come off as an investigative reporter because that's the last thing I'm interested in being. But it was interesting to see the dynamic because the only thing you saw on CNN was that one little glimpse of violence, small glimpse I might add, relatively small. But around it they happened to be having, you know, for the lack of a better term, big swap mart, Thai style. So you've got the conflict on one side of the road, and then you have people selling king t-shirts, queen t-shirts, all manner of souvenirs, food, had a concert, and you've got CNN with the cameras pointing toward the guy lighting you know, a tire on fire. And so it was pretty, you know, it was typical CNN, the communist news network, I call them, or the crap news network. That's probably better indicated as far as accuracy goes. But yeah, they have their problems here just like they have their problems everywhere. You know, what occurs here every 9 years occurs in New York or Chicago or Atlanta every weekend. So it's, you know, let's put it into context. And when it occurs here, it's usually controlled to a certain degree. It's like in China, there's controlled peace, and there's also controlled protest and violence. And I'll leave it up to you as to who's controlling it. But for the most part, this is a very, very, very peaceful, serene, nice way to live your life, for certain. Healthcare here is great. Somewhat challenging for expats to retire here. You can do it, but it's not like Malaysia or the Philippines where they make it as open for you to retire as Malaysia or Cambodia. This is what I like. You got elderly people out here. They're feeling very safe. They can chabber. They can do whatever they want to do. You got nobody bothering them, you know, trying to hijack their money or their belongings. So that's pretty cool. Probably a good thing too, because these folks here are practicing something with sticks, and they beat the hell out of you. So, or poles. So we'll just stay away from them. Look at he's doing his thing. Pretty cool. That's pretty neat, huh? Old guy just stretching out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just you don't have to worry about muggers. You don't have to worry about nonsense here in this park. Now, on the outskirts of the park, admittedly, when sun goes down, I call them the ghost ladies come out, and there's a lot of you know, unfortunate circumstances that people are in, and so forth. So that's not good. But you have that in a lot of places. Now, here's a monitor lizard right behind a lady. She's doesn't know that he's there, probably, or maybe she does. And he's a big one. And this is what I mean by the monitor lizards. And I'm going to get kind of close, but not real close, because I don't want to get too sticky of a beak to cause any disruption. But that is a monitor lizard. And that's pretty cool. He's just rummaging for food. I should let her know. Hey, Missy! 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 So she's not even worried. I just wanted to let her know that he was there in case he decided to make a run for it right between her legs. She doesn't get startled. But she's not the least bit concerned. And that's what I mean. It's pretty interesting. Boy, these things they can get a lot longer than that. I've seen them 6-7 feet. Now here's a big one right here. He's got his head sticking out. That's sort of what I saw on the banks when I first saw one of these guys. Now he's a big one. Oh yeah, he's bigger. He's a lot bigger. I mean, look at him. These are the infamous monitor lizards. Yeah, I think the one that I saw was bigger than that. He was up on, sitting on all fours there on the banks of the big river here downtown next to the Mandarin Oriental. And he was huge. This guy's got his eyes on me. So there you have it, monitor lizards. Kind of cool, like your own little zoo. You got the big black birds, and you got the monitor lizards. I mean, these guys are just gorgeous. I mean, look at the back on it. Pretty cool, huh? Here's the tail. So I'm gonna get a little closer than I normally do, just to give you context. Pretty cool, huh? Look at the beautiful coloring of this guy, huh? Monitor lizard. Lumpini Park monitor lizards. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to bother him too much. I got the objective, and he's going right for this guy sleeping. He'll go right under him, and the guy probably won't even flinch. Thai style. And this is like something out of Predator. He's going right for him. Look at now there's one over there on the water, and he's going right for him. So I'm gonna let nature take its course. I mean, these guys are fairly aggressive, you know. I mean, when I say aggressive, they wander about. They don't. I've heard them biting people and people getting bad infections because of the clear bacteria that they have in their mouth that is probably deadly, because they gum things to death. So he's going back in the water. The other guy went about his day, and boy, they are just gorgeous. I mean, look at the coloration of this. He just swung his tail. That was fun, huh? Watch him swing his tail. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. There you go. He swung his tail. That's his way of saying, get away from me. Get away from me, big boy. But there you go, huh? Pretty neat, huh? All right, well, that's enough. So there's the monitor lizards of Lumpini Park. And yeah, we got a little Tai Chi going on over here. People walking, people stretching. There's the weightlifting area right over here. I've seen some real monsters in there too. This place, I don't think that it rivals Venice Beach, but I've seen some really big dudes in here. I mean, really, really, really big dudes. And I believe this is free. And it's an open park. It's an open weightlifting area. And that too is pretty cool. And you get some, all free weights. And it's pretty cool. You got some guys in here that really know how to jack themselves up. Much. Look at that. It's old school, man. I mean, this is old school. You're on concrete and dirt and all kinds of pretty cool. Pretty good, huh? There you go. Huh? National TV. Huh? National TV. Look at these guys. Look at this, huh? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mr. and Mrs. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here we go, huh? Look at this, huh? See, this is impromptu Thai style. Lumpini Park at its finest. That's just awesome. That's funny. All right, thank you. Swadee Kap. Swadee Kap. Pretty cool, huh? So that's how, I mean, this is what I mean. You have a little fun. It's a lighthearted group. It's pretty cool. And it's spontaneous. I mean, that's the other thing I love about it, is that it's all spontaneous. It's just really, it's spontaneous, good fun that is not like a one-time thing. You'll experience stuff like these beautiful, I mean, those almost look like cherry blossoms. I'm not quite certain what they are, but that's just beautiful. I mean, this park is blooming. It's March, and gosh, they're just beautiful. They look like cherry blossoms. My friend Tim Sue would know what these trees are. But yeah, what I love about it is just the spontaneity of the place. It just brings out the pleasant happiness in me, and puts me in such a great frame of mind that I just feel better and more appreciative about life in general. And I tell you what, Thailand certainly gives more to me than I give to Thailand, and I need to work on that. There's the Buddhas over there out for their morning offerings. Look at these beautiful trees and the flowers. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's just utterly gorgeous. People taking pictures. And I mean, this is where I wish my wife were here, Michelle, because I miss her incredibly. She's my world, and the world's probably gonna crumble apart here, but I'm so thankful to have had the time. Somebody lost their hat, unfortunately. But look at these beautiful flowers and the beautiful trees. They are just gorgeous. I mean, this is just gorgeous setting. It really is. So like I say, I really do thoroughly enjoy my time in Thailand. Chiang Mai is okay up north. I don't like it during burning season, and it's a little too small for the expat community. I don't want to run into expats at every turn. So for me, I'm not looking to see more of. I'm not looking to look in the mirror and see myself. I want to experience other things. That's how you learn. And so, Udon Thani's pretty cool. Northeast part, Isan area. Food is great. People are more dark complected, look more Lao. Combination of Lao and Thai. I like down south. I like Hua Hin quite a bit. Chiam, my wife and I were there. You can check out the video. That's pretty cool. Could live there. Could live in Bangkok, although it's nice to get out of Bangkok. Bangkok is Bangkok. It's a big city at the end of the day, and it's traffic, and the air quality is not the best. Are there amenities galore? You betcha. Is it hot, humid? Yeah, you betcha. Is it more expensive? You betcha. And it's got all the things that come with a major metropolitan area. But for the most part, it's pretty safe. And you've got this beautiful park that I happen to really respect. You've got. I mean, it's open and free from morning, noon to night. Closes late night until early morning. I suspect they open probably 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Probably closes, I don't know, maybe 11, 12 o'clock. I don't really know when it closes. I'm usually long home by closing time. Happy when last call comes, Morris has been in bed, for hours upon hours. That's how that works. So I don't know what time they close, but But yeah, you've got all manner of amenities and just places to sit down and food to buy and things to look at. And you know what? I can't help it, man. I just love it. Lumpini Park. There's Lumpini Hall, and it's mid-March, and I love it, man. I just come here after church and go on a beautiful walk and take it all in, and just there's the guards watching after the place, making sure there's no issues, and you do not want to mess with Thai guards and police. You don't want to mess with police, period, but you definitely don't want to mess with these guys. These guys are rock solid. A lot of them are boxers or kickboxers, or they're just really in great shape, and they're nice to you as long as you're nice to them. But boy, I'll tell you what, you cause a disruption and you're going to have issues. And this is the business district of Lumpini, Central Business District, and I just lived right behind this building here, right down the street on a little enclave called Saladang, and boy did I ever have a nice time. And it wasn't what you thought. It was not. I was not here. I was not married at the time, but I was more married than I probably am now as being married, in the sense that I was with the love of my life, who I ended up marrying, and still love her dearly and am in love with her dearly. But we were living together and engaged at the time, and living here was, if you can pass the mustard of living in Bangkok and not messing around, then you can pass any mustard. And I wasn't the least bit interested. I was in love and am in love with my wife, so I wasn't interested in that. But boy, I sure fell in love with something else, and that was the country and the people and the environment and just the DNA of the place. It just made the mind a lot easier to grow old living here. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, you're going to grow old in life, and it's important to be in a place and with people that you feel really comfortable. And like I say, the only thing I'm missing is my best friend, which is my wife, Michelle. Other than that, this place is just wonderful. And if we were able to parlay away, in life, to have the best of this and the best of other things, that would be fantastic. But life doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty cool. Really, really, really do like this place, and it's a privilege. I mean, friends and people come out here and walk along and jabber and enjoy one another and exercise. I had a friend of mine, Jason Jones, give him a little credit. He would zoom around this thing on rollerblades, probably going 30 miles an hour at least. He was a speed skater. And Jason, man, would tool around this thing, and he would keep up with the racers, the bike racers that would go around here. He would keep up with them. Jason Jones. It looked like Mighty Midget. He was a little guy, but compact as can be, and had thighs that were just muscle-bound thighs. I mean, just incredible shape that he had. There's a basketball court, Lumpini Park Basketball Club. Kind of cool. Something going on here, obviously. Wonder what that is. That looks like we're the old, down from the Deuce at Donnie. But either rate, yeah, Jason was the man. He owned this place, and he's in Florida now. In fact, congratulations to he and his wife. Met her from Cambodia, and they, I believe, had a little baby. So I need to touch base with him. I'm sure his world has changed from his days here. In fact, I know it has. Probably much for the better. So look at these beautiful buds, flower buds. Look at this. This is what I mean. I mean, I know this is getting old for you folks, and I'll get off of it. But boy, I'll tell you what a beautiful, beautiful, what a beautiful sight there. That to me is just, I gotta take that picture. That is beautiful. I mean, that just to me is A gorgeous, 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 picturesque, peaceful. I mean, just to me, I can't help it. It's just gorgeous. Like I say, I have such a heartfelt respect for this country, the layout of the place, how it. Do I agree with it all? No, but you know, who am I? You know what I mean? So I don't think they're going to ask Morris's opinion. And I don't think I'm even going to ask for my opinion, because you know what? It doesn't matter. This is just take it in. Don't look at the negative, look at the positive. This is so positive. It's good feng shui, as my friend Henry Chu would say. It's the opposite of evil chi. It's good chi. Good chi, as Ifan would say, not evil chi. And this is the grand entrance right over here. I have to go to Siloam, and so, or Sathorn rather. And so I'm going to come over here and walk across the street. And I'll show you the entryway here, and then that'll be it. I think that's Rama 5. I can't remember who that's a statue of up here. But yeah, I walked through here when they were having the big protest, and they had, you know, people throwing rocks at one another. I was kind of at a distance, obviously, but you had a huge carnival. You had food stands set up. You'd see the reds and the whites sitting down eating together, and then after they got done eating, they would go and throw rocks at one another. It was quite unsettling and bizarre. I can't explain it any more than that. It was just unsettling and bizarre. But it's protest Thai style. You know. But yeah, this is the main entrance right here. And they have it blocked off so you can't get to you can't really get to the statue. I think they've got it barricaded off. I'm not certain why. Do they have it all the way barricaded? I can't tell. Maybe not. But you know what? I'm gonna make sure I maintain respect and just pay homage to what I'm looking at here, and pay respect and not run risk. No, I guess it's okay, because is that a guard or a person on a bike? I guess it's a person on a bike. But you know what? This is close enough. Beautiful entryway. There's Siloam, Sathorn down the way. Sathorn's that way. Siloam is right here, and that's where I've got to go. Siloam, Silom, Siloam, and I lived on Saladang, which was right over here. And this used to be the old Dusit Thani. I don't know if it's still there or not. It doesn't look like it is. It's been torn down. So this is the underground MRT, which I don't need to take. Oddly enough, it's not as crowded as other MRTs. The Thais are very superstitious. Thailand, Bangkok specifically, is supposedly, sinking. There's no other way to put it. I don't know how much a year. So it's and there's something else tied to their not wanting to go in the ground. Probably has something to do with death or whatever. But the MRT is not as popular as the overhead train, is my point, or the overhead tram is my point. So I'm going to go over here to the intersection. There's nothing exciting about crossing the street other than not getting hit, and that's it. I mean, Lumpini Park. It's second week in March. Sunday, went to church and out for a little stroll, and wanted to go through Lumpini and accomplish more than I thought. Saw some beautiful botany, experienced some really neat blackbirds that are chirping like you wouldn't believe, monitor lizards, and just watching people just have fun and enjoy their lives. It's so short. Lost a lot of friends lately, And boy, it's just, I just appreciate it so much more, just the little things in life, just the simple stuff. And you know, it is what it is. Little picture of the whole park and the sports clubs and all that. It's kind of nice. So I'll let you go. It's Steve Morris here, second week of March 2023, and it's a Sunday, and just had a fantastic sermon at the Holy Redeemer. Got a lot out of it, real positive, and gonna make it a further great day. Hope everybody out there is safe and taking care of yourself and your families, and we'll chat soon. Bye bye.